Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. I said hey.
Hey.
Welcome back to my channel.
Hey,
Hey y'all, I'm Jazmyn W. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. I would like to say that
Oh Lord, girl, get it together.
OMG. I would like to say that if you are here and you have not subscribed to my channel, baby, what are we doing and why are we doing it? Okay.
Period.
Baby, I'm not trying to date you here on my channel. I'm trying to get married. So go ahead and subscribe to the channel, honey. Okay. Especially if this is not your first time watching me. Now, y'all know I love to jump right into it. But first,
Don't talk about my hair either. Mind your business.
now y'all know I love to support black businesses here on my channel, and before every video I shout out a black business that I am a fan of or new to, or you know, whatever. It could be a new business, it could be an old business. I would like to shout out this week my brother's candle company. It's called J Scents. His name is Jason. Very clever name. Anyway, I'm gonna put his website below, and his candles are great for yourself, for gifts. So yeah, check him out. He's been doing the candle business thing for probably about 2 years now. So he's definitely not new to this, honey. And yeah, just click the link below to check out the website and support my brother, my bro Ham. Anyway, let's jump into Ready to Love. I know what y'all thinking, Jazmyn, this is late, okay?
And
I had to watch the episode twice, okay? Because the first time I watched it, honey,
y'all heard it in the background.
my child was making noises like they doing now. I couldn't hear nothing. My mama was talking. She was eating chips, Pringles in my ear. She was commenting on everybody. I said, baby, I can't do this. I had to watch it twice, okay? That's why. Let's start off with the fact that the men started the episode with them at whatever they were, at the ocean, I guess, fishing.
Very fake.
Didn't nobody catch a fish. I didn't see not one fish. I didn't see one minnow, no bait. All I saw was poles in the water, honey. And I was like, baby, we know y'all not fishing for real. Let's just be for real, okay? We know y'all are just trying to get the cityscape view of Miami on the other side. So did we even have to do all of that? Like, I want to say that my dad's a huge fisherman. I grew up fishing. I grew up on a boat. So yeah, I know how to fish, and I know how to line. I used to anyway know how to line my rod and put my little minnow on there, honey, and sit there until I caught a little crappie or something like that, you know. But I haven't been fishing in a while, so that's why I think I have the authority to talk about them and the fact that they didn't catch nothing, because I've caught plenty of fish in my lifetime, okay? Anyway, nephew Tommy came up talking about, y'all didn't invite nobody to the lake. Y'all didn't invite nobody to go fishing with y'all. Why does nephew Tommy sound like a character from Martin? Okay, I'm like, is this nephew Tommy or is this Jerome? I'm trying to figure it out, honey. Anyway,
I said Jerome in the house.
Blake, we saw it on camera that Blake asked Mark Anthony who he was interested in. I honestly think that Blake thought he was gonna be the best looking guy on the show, and then Mark Anthony showed up and Blake was like, oh, so he got
He looked better than me.
yeah, and then it gave him a run for his money. So he wanna know who Mark Anthony is interested in.
I said Jerome and
and yeah, anyway, nephew Tommy showed up and said that they were gonna have a yacht party on the water. This was definitely not a yacht. It definitely wasn't a party or a yacht, honey. This old yacht, please, honey, just take me to a little nice ballroom or a little hotel room or suite or penthouse or something. Get an Airbnb. Why did they take the crew on this old raggedy boat and talk about it's a yacht party? Stop. Oh my gosh. They should have called. I know Oprah owned a yacht that Owen could have used to shoot this.
Exactly.
Like, let's be for real. I'm like, what in the Gilligan's Island kind of boat was this? Anyway, nephew Tommy said, it ain't right if we in Miami and we don't hit the water.
Oh Lord, watch your mouth.
I don't care what people say about me making fun of nephew Tommy. It's ridiculous for him to say, we ain't even in Miami if we ain't hitting the water. It don't make sense. I'm sorry. It's just, oh my gosh. Then he talked about black people don't need sunblock, sunscreen. Yes, they do. That's why all of y'all got hyperpigmentation.
Right.
That's why all the men is out here with dark spots on their face and their neck and everything. Wear sunscreen. That's how you get your even skin tone. Trust me, I know. I'm not trying to flex on y'all here in the sunlight, but dang. Anyway,
I'm trying to tell y'all.
let's move on. The first date was between Mark and Jeffrey. They went on a bull riding thing. I wrote down, not much happened on this date at all. Mark asked Jeffrey what she was looking for in a partner, and she said, I'm looking for a protector. I'm looking for a provider.
Yeah.
I'm looking for a confident. I'm looking for a leader.
Yeah.
She said, I'm a natural nurturer, and it's always been that way.
Oh my gosh.
Who is that? That's a really good impression. I don't care what y'all gotta say about it, okay? She asked Mark Anthony how he feels about a blended family. Baby, I don't know if it's blended if he ain't got no kids. It's just him added to your family, honey, okay? But I guess it is blended if he ain't got no kids. I don't know, y'all. Anyway, Mark Anthony said he does want kids. And he's never dated a woman with kids before, and I think that is a no. Yeah, listen, I personally think that 3 kids is a lot of kids. I know I'm a mom right now, and I have a child, and one day, who knows, I might be in a position where somebody say, you know what, I'm definitely not interested, Jazmyn, because you have a child, and I will say that is certainly okay. But if I had 3 kids,
one day you in that position now?
Child, I could see 2. Okay, but 3? That's a lot. I'm sorry. Then he gonna want 1 or 2. Maybe 3 himself. Then y'all got 6 kids.
No,
oh
ma'am.
My goodness, honey. In this economy? Anyway, let's move on to Marcia and Blue.
Quickly.
Let's move on. Marcia and Blue went on a date. They were at a restaurant. And Blue actually, he's growing on me. Like, not like physically, but his personality is very cool. He has a very chill personality. He's very observant. And that's kind of like my personality. You observe and see what people are given, and then you make your decision about whether you like them or want to go on a second date with them. And that's exactly what he was doing with Marcia on this date. And I like that about him. I like Marcia too, or Keisha Warm is what I call her. Not Keisha Cole, but Keisha Warm.
Keisha room temperature.
And but Marcia, she just got an interesting personality, which I don't mind it. I think she's kind of funny. Okay, so she says no hiking. She don't like to be outside. No hiking, no fishing, no nature. He said, what about a cabin? And she was like, no, I don't like animals, possums, rabbits, rats, mice. You naming all the animals don't nobody like. Who want to see a possum? Who want to pet a possum or a coyote? Child, Blue made a really good point. He said, okay, you can not like fishing, but it's just about being on the water. How do you feel about that? She was like, She turned into Shannon, is it Shannon Sharp or whatever? She said, And I was like, oh, okay, girl, you don't like hiking even? Like,
nothing.
I live in LA. We love a good hike in LA, and you don't like that? But anyway. I thought it was so ironic that they were eating oysters, and I made that video about oysters before. Like, if y'all go to my Instagram, if you don't follow me on Instagram, baby, what are we doing? But I made the video about oysters. I'm probably going to post it here on YouTube just because it correlates with this episode. About, being on a date with somebody who doesn't like the foods that you like. It's okay not to like it, but you don't have to talk. Damn, you don't have to just talk about how disgusting it is. And Blue didn't do that. He tried it. He didn't like it. And that's fine. You don't have to like it, but he was just like, not for me, which I thought was very, very appropriate. Anyway, Blue ended up trying the oyster, and she was showing him how to eat it or whatever, and he wasn't feeling it, but that's okay. It was the same thing on my dad's birthday this year. I took him to dinner, and he really wanted to try some oysters, so we had one, and he did not like it, but he swallowed it, and he didn't talk about how disgusting it was over table. He didn't say it was dookie, even though I think that's how he felt. Anyway,
definitely how he felt.
Marcia says she's not interested in dating anybody with kids. Totally her right not to be interested in dating somebody with kids, but why even go on a date with Blue and he has kids? He was like, oh, should I leave now? And she's like, why overcomplicate your life if you don't have to?
Well, why come?
Honestly, I understand where she's coming from. If you don't have kids and you don't want the complicated situation of dating somebody with kids, then don't. But also, don't go on a date with somebody who has kids, because it's like a waste of both of y'all's time, At the end of the day, Blue said that she was just a friend. He friend zoned her pretty quick after the date. So that was the end of that. Next, we have Sue-Ann and Blake on the boat. Now, around this time, they let us know that PSI, ponytail, or PSL, my bad, ponytail, shag, lock, aka Andre or whatever, he's not going to be back on the show because he got COVID, and they said to protect everybody else on the show. I'm like, baby, he been hugging and kissing and going on dates with everybody on the show, honey. Who is he protecting?
Exactly.
Anybody he didn't gave COVID to, he didn't already gave it to them. So why does he have to exit the show because he got COVID?
He got cooties.
Anyway, I thought it was odd. I'm like, y'all sure he ain't got something else? Cause he don't have to exit the show, honey. He might have leprosy or something, honey. Cause yeah, what's going on? Anyway,
Leprosy.
now we're on the boat. Okay, we're on the bootleg yacht, the bot, the boo yacht. Okay, and Sue-Ann and Blake are having a chat. So Blake just wanted to thank Sue-Ann for, I guess not eliminating him, but also for being in his corner. Okay. I wrote down, Blake is so fake. He gave Sue-Ann a gift, like a bracelet or something like that. And did y'all notice that when Blake gave Sue-Ann this bracelet, he was actually like looking around, like he wasn't even looking at her. He wasn't even looking like, hey, you know what? I just really wanted to give you something. Like no hug, no caress of the arm. You trying to give me a gift, honey. You want to caress my shoulder a little bit, And he didn't give her none of that. He didn't look her in the eye. He didn't give her no physical touch. He wasn't smiling in her face. He just was looking at everybody else in the background. And I'm like, he don't like Sue-Ann like that. He do not like her.
At all.
I'm like, who looks around when you're giving somebody else a gift? You want to look at them to see how they're perceiving the gift, right? Like, I thought it was odd. Anyway.
It was.
Let's move on to Morgan and Tony. So Morgan and Tony, apparently they've been talking quite a bit, but Morgan said that he doesn't give her attention, and in fact, he neglects her. It didn't really seem like Tony was neglecting her to me right then, to be honest. He was saying, I am into you. I'm very into you. Don't doubt that, is what he was saying. And he said that he wishes that Morgan had more faith in him or more confidence. But I see both sides. I see, listen, I think men are pretty simple. If they say, hey, I like you, and their actions are kind of showing that they like you, then they like you, But I think Morgan wants more action from Tony. And, if somebody not giving you the attention that you feel like you need in a relationship, then he don't like me. And that's how Morgan felt. So I see both sides. Unfortunately, we don't get to see how much they're communicating. If they're talking, FaceTiming, texting, we don't see all that. We just see the dates.
Right.
So it seems like Tony thought he was giving enough attention, and Morgan felt like he wasn't giving enough attention. But we see them in a future episode cuddled up and having a good time. So I think he's probably doing a good job at letting her know that he's into her. I think Morgan is just absolutely stunning. She's so beautiful. And I said that, if Tony doesn't, if he's interested in Morgan, but for some reason he misses out on the opportunity to date her, he definitely fumbled the bag, as far as I can see.
Yeah.
They decided to have a little bit of fun on the boat. I took a little bit of notes on the games and stuff that they were playing. So the first thing I'll say is, I think it was DeMario or DeMarco stuck his tongue out, and Corvaya was like, "Oh, put your tongue back in your mouth." I 100% agree with her. Don't nobody want to see you go.
Yeah. Mm-mm.
Why are you doing that?
Why? What is that proving to us?
I know why you're doing it, but why are you doing it?
It ain't proving nothing. I don't know why they do it.
No, ma'am. Anyway, Mark Anthony was tasked or dared to give a foot massage to the person he thought was most attractive on the boat. And he gave 2 foot massages, one to Jeffrey and then one to Mercedes. I thought his foot massages were whack. Actually, Mark Anthony, he's very handsome, but you can tell it's just something about him. It's not really giving, it's just something about him. It's just not giving. And I really wish it was, but it's just not, like the foot massage standing up. He was just like, he tried, but it was unsuccessful. It's almost like
he didn't try.
I don't even know how to describe it. It's almost like
Girl,
I don't know. Whatever my inner me said, okay? So just go with that.
I ain't saying nothing.
Morgan was asked who the sexiest people on the boat are, and she said herself. Then she said Marcia. Okay. And then she said Lyndon. She didn't even name Tony.
Shade.
And Tony was like, that caught me off guard because she didn't name me as one of the sexiest people on the boat. Yeah, I think that was really odd. I understand she was mad at Tony, but if I was her, I would have said Tony and Lyndon to give him a little competition to let him know, hey, just throw it out there. But she said Marcia.
I'm confused.
I don't know, Morgan. It's given. I don't know what it's given, but anyway. Jeffrey and I think it was Mark Anthony kissed on the boat. And then Demario got mad and said that Jeffrey lacked self-control.
Yeah, he needs to go away.
She has self-control and she kissed him and they didn't even use tongue. So what are you talking about, Demario? Demario's a weirdo.
Yeah.
I could tell he's a man with a lot of opinions. He thinks he's a high value man he has a lot of opinions. At the end of the day, we see him in the next episode, and we're going to get to it, because y'all know I don't like to jump ahead. But he says, what would your kids say if they saw you kissing somebody on TV?
Nothing.
Excuse me? What do you mean, what are they going to say? They're going to say, Mama had her lips on somebody. Like, what is the problem? Okay? He act like she was busting it wide open, butt naked on the yacht. She wasn't. She just kissed somebody because she was dared to, and that's what adults do. Okay, I think our kids know that when people like each other, sometimes they kiss.
Right.
That's not going to be groundbreaking information for kids. If you have a healthy relationship in front of your kids, you're going to kiss them. So what's the problem? I don't really get it.
Right.
You know what I mean? They're going to see plenty of people kissing their lifetime on TV. So this will be no different. Mama was on TV show once and she kissed the guy because she was dating him and he rubbed her foot before that. What is the problem, Demario?
And that's y'all new stepdaddy.
Oh my gosh. We don't want your granddaddy ass politics and beliefs over here, okay? Just leave it. Leave us alone. Anyway.
Please leave us alone.
Demario was so hurt. He was so devastated that he had to go to Corvaya and talk to her about self-respect and self-control and lack thereof. And Corvaya was sitting there like,
yeah, soaking it in.
Eating it up.
A buffet.
No. What the man is telling you is he has some old ass misogynistic beliefs, and I would run in the other direction, away from him, honey. I don't like no alpha male, honey. Okay, because number one, we already talked about that, and number two, I wouldn't even date no alpha if he was in a fraternity, honey, because I don't like it.
I like Kappas.
Anyway, let's move on to Jeffrey and Blake. So Jeffrey and Blake. Blake pulled Jeffrey aside and said that he would like to chat with her for a moment upstairs on the upper part of the raggedy boat. And he sat her down and said, I heard some things was said. And Jeffrey said, well, what was said? He said, well, I heard a couple of things where He's trying to show his dimple. Yeah, I heard a couple of things were said in the ladies' nephew Tommy tabernacle, and I just wanted to say I didn't appreciate it. Okay, well, can we talk about what was said? Well, I really don't want to get into what was said and everything like that, but I just want to let you know I didn't appreciate it. You didn't appreciate what? I didn't appreciate what was said. Well, what was said? I really don't want to get into what was said. I just want know what was said, and I know what I wasn't there, so I don't really know what was said. So are you not gonna say what you heard? No, I'm not gonna say what I heard. So maybe, and then why are we talking right now? I don't even know why we're talking right now. You're right. What? Why all of it, okay? First of all, I understand what Jeffrey was saying, baby. Why you pulling me aside to tell me you mad about something you're not going to tell me about?
That was hilarious. Like this video.
Because I don't know what you heard. I don't know what somebody told you. So you have to tell me what they told you. I'm not about to sit down and go through everything I said about you in the nephew Tommy's tabernacle, okay? Tell me what you heard that you didn't like, and I will be able to talk to you about it. Until then, baby, what are we doing? And why are we doing it? Okay? I think Blake, he's just childish. He didn't have to say anything to Jeffrey. He could have just cut off all communication with her, blocked her, and went on with his life. because she's obviously wasn't interested in dating him, and now he's not interested in her. Why pull her aside and do all of this? The producer said to. And if so, if you're going to do all that, why not just tell her what was said that you didn't like?
Right.
And see what she has to say so we can all see what she has to say about it. But now you didn't even give her the opportunity to address it because you wouldn't say what you heard. Child, please. Child, please.
Child, please.
Anyway, Tony and Josiah, I think it's John Cia. I'm sorry, I don't remember. I wrote down a pretty girl on my notes. Anyway, she was crying, just like Cynthia was crying last episode because she said she'd been single for so long and she wants something real. And I just ready for something real.
Right.
And I'm trying to give him something he can feel.
Period.
To let him know this love is real. Okay, girl, I feel you, girl. Anyway, Tony was lying to her by saying he felt mushy, that he was getting in his feelings, that he had her feeling, or she had him feeling all warm inside. No, he was not feeling all warm inside. That's a lie. That's a lie. He was not feeling warm inside. That's a lie. I don't believe him. And why was it? Why do you think it's a lie, Jazz? Because I think he lying, and he just will say anything to sound like a good human, good person, and I think he lying. Anyway,
he lying.
Finally, we have Anthony and Cynthia were sitting down talking. Y'all know what I learned this episode about Cynthia? I called her BS last episode. This episode, I realized, beautiful woman. She seems very, very kind and genuine, but she don't be talking about nothing.
At all.
Cynthia is literally one of those women who will talk and give you advice, and you cannot use the advice at all. She seemed like she'll give you advice like this. See, what you need to do, you have to strategize your life. You have to figure out what exactly it is you're going to strategize in your life and fall forward to it and move through it. You have to understand that your life is about strategically placing the things in your life that you want to grasp and reach out and touch them and grasp them. You can grab them if you want to grab them, but you got to want to grab them and you got to want to have them and you got to see it before you can do it. What? What are you talking about?
Nothing.
What are you talking about, Cynthia? Cynthia said, if kids don't change him, ain't nothing gonna change him. Nothing will. No, that's not no good advice. Don't say if kids don't change the man, ain't nothing gonna change the man. Don't have kids with the man if something wrong with him.
Exactly.
Okay? Do not, if kids don't change him. Why would you give kids the opportunity to change him? Now them your kids.
Right.
Hell, we need to let women know, stop giving the men children, okay? Don't say if kids don't change him. Nothing's changing him. That's him. Okay, God. Oh my gosh. I wish I could just throw my notes because it was so stupid what she said. Oh my goodness. Anyway, I wrote down Morgan don't be saying ish. Anyway, I wrote down Cynthia don't be saying ish. And Anthony said he wants to see the same things as Cynthia. He relate to Cynthia. So you relate to something that don't make no sense.
Right.
Because what was Cynthia even talking about, Anthony?
Nothing.
And I thought Anthony had a little bit of more, a little bit of something to know that she wasn't talking about nothing, but he didn't. I'm like,
he ain't got it all either.
You relate to her. Hold on. You relate to her, but her wasn't talking about nothing.
Okay.
But you relate to what she said, but she ain't say nothing. Okay.
Exactly.
Y'all, anyway, this was a very funny episode to me. It was probably the most entertaining episode of the season so far. And nobody got eliminated. We see that Jeffrey is on a future episode. So I think the women on the bottom were Jeffrey and
Girl, you don't know.
Corvea, because they want her to stop being so stop saying everything that comes to mind. And then the other girl that was on the bottom was, anyway, I don't remember who else was on the bottom, but anyway, nobody went home. So we'll see what happens on the next episode. If y'all are still here and you haven't subscribed, baby,
what are we doing?
What are we doing?
And why are we doing it?
Okay? I'm Jazmyn W, and I'll see y'all later. Bye.
Bye.